Welcome back, friends, to another video. If you're new here, my name is Melissa. It is about 8:30 in the morning. Feels much earlier. I'm very tired this morning. I have been working on a project, another video. I don't know if that video will come out before this or after this. I don't know, because I'm still working on it. But yeah, I worked tirelessly yesterday, and by the time I went to bed, my body was aching terrible. So I got a shower and I watched a little bit of a show that my husband and I are watching together, and I went to bed. Alright, I figured I'd let them pass, because the gravel road and big trucks, they make a lot of noise. Anyway, today is like I said, it's about 8:30, and my husband didn't get home till late last night. By the time he got home, we just watched the show and went to bed. I was exhausted, like I said. Anyway, and I'm not sure where I was, so I'm rambling. My head is in like I've got like brain fog. Do you ever wake up? Let's just be real, okay? Real moment here. You wake up and you just feel blah. Like no ambition, no motivation, and just blah. Well, that's me today. I struggle with this every year around this time. I love fall. I love the holiday season. I love the change of the temperatures. I'm not a fan of winter. I don't like freezing cold. It hurts my bones, hurts my body. And I just don't like cold. But I love fall and cooler temperatures, because everybody knows how bad I sweat, in the summer. But I love summer too. Every time around this year, I struggle with, I think they call it SAD, seasonal anxiety disorder. Let me just be real, okay? I've grown up in church all my life. I have a relationship with Christ. I know who He is. I trust Him wholeheartedly and completely, okay? And I love Him. And I know that cast all your cares on Him, for He cares for you. I know all these things, and I do all these things. Yet I still struggle with seasonal anxiety disorder. It's like that feeling like the bottom's going to drop out underneath of you. It's a weird feeling. And for years, I was taught, like, oh, I guess if you're a Christian, you shouldn't deal with anxiety of any kind. It's basically how I was taught. And let me just be the first to let you know, if you have been somebody who's been taught that, that is completely false. Completely false. That had me second guessing my walk with Christ, who I was in Christ, and all of that. And it's not, dealing with that is not, it's not a demon. It's, so let me just encourage someone this morning, because I know how I'm feeling this morning. And maybe somebody else is out there that woke up that feels like this from time to time. Or maybe you suffer with this. And so let me encourage you. It has nothing to do with your walk with Christ. That drives me crazy. That people teach that stuff. And I have dealt with it for quite a few years. And the older I get, kind of the worse it gets or whatever. And I was told years ago that they could, prescribe me something to help me, whatever. And I told them I would fight it as long as I could. I'm not against medicine. Don't get me wrong. I'm not against medicine. If you need medicine for something, I believe that God gives man wisdom to help people. I just do. But I personally didn't want to try that at the moment. And I still don't right now, because I just kind of work through it and get through it. And I think a lot of it is, I have a lot of past trauma in my life that the good Lord knows all about. And there's just different things happen in people's lives that, can still have scars. You can still have scars. And even though Christ has healed me of those things, those wounds are still there. Their scars are still there. So things will happen, or things are said, and it brings it up, and it hurts. And thankfully, I have that relationship with Christ that I can talk to Him about it and lean on Him. But anyway, this time of the year, it just kind of, I get that blah feeling. But what I do is I dive into my therapy, is I dive into projects, I dive into doing things, and I stay busy. I try to stay as busy as I can. So, with that being said, today's project really isn't a project, it's trying to recover from a project. Because, as you know, that I've talked about how I'm trying to get the old office ready for and turning it into a room, and that is the video I'm working on. Hence, all that stuff had to come out of that room. So then it has spilled over into my kitchen, dining room, and bleh, it's like it vomited everywhere. I needed a good cup of coffee this morning to get me motivated, because I have to get at least picked up, straightened up, and figure out where all that stuff's going to go. I have to find a new home for it. I only have a couple hours because I have to go to the airport, and I got to leave early to get to the airport to get my daughter and her boyfriend, and then take him home, and then come home. And that is the plan for today, though. But I have to get all of that cleaned out, and I'm wasting time because my brain's just not in it just yet. I'm just not there. So I thought a good cup of coffee, come outside, and just listen to the birds. The owl that was hooing a little while ago. There's deer across the street over in the woods. Just like take in nature. Our deer right over in here across the street. So, just taking in the sounds and sights of peacefulness. Reminding myself of who God is. If He takes care of the birds of the air, everything else that's out there, how much more does He care for me, and He can take care of me? Paraphrasing that verse. I can put that verse right here. But, so He'll take care of me too, even when I feel blah. Even when there are pains or hurts or old reminders, He will take care of me. And He will take care of you. Even when there are pains and there are hurts and there's old reminders and you feel blah, He'll take care of you too. You just have to lean into Him and trust Him. I just have to lean into Him and trust Him. Thought I'd just encourage you just a bit as before we get started in cleaning mode and all that. Lean into him and just trust him. One of my best decisions I've ever made in my life was giving my life over to Jesus Christ. And without him, I would not be where I am or who I am today. Now, I'm a person of many faults, many failures, many hiccups, many, you know, I struggle. I still struggle. But I'm thankful that he quickens my spirit and lets me know when I screw up, when I mess up, or when my attitude gets out of hand or whatever. You know, he corrects me like a loving father corrects a child. And I'm thankful for that. I just want to encourage you today, if you're somebody out there who struggles with SAD, you know, SAD, seasonal anxiety disorder, or anything else like that, don't fret, and don't let somebody talk down to you or make you feel less than if you know that your life has been given to Christ and who you are in him. Yeah. So I don't want to ramble on. Just brief little encouragement. I got my I encourage you, and I tell you I'm real as I'm drinking out of my real coffee mug that my daughter got me. I think I've showed you this before. It says, I'm not responsible for what my face does when you talk. See, even my kids know Mama's real. Mama's real. Because there are sometimes I struggle with controlling my face when something's said or done. So, I'm a real person. I don't claim to be. Yes, I have a relationship with Christ. Yes, I work on it daily. But am I perfect? No. And do I say that braggingly? No. Because I say that in a way that lets me know I still have a lot of work to do. So, alright. Enough with the rambling. I gotta finish my coffee here. And then I'll go inside and I'll show you the mess. Let me finish drinking my coffee. And then when I come back, I'll show you that mess in there. Alright, coffee done. Let's go in here and try to tackle this mess. Alright, Tobes. Come on, dude. Hey, come on. We gotta go in. Let me show you the status of where I am in this kitchen and everything. For starters, I got a sink full of dishes. So I gotta get those done. Dishwasher needs to be emptied. It's got clean dishes in it. But there's a paintbrush. Yeah, just dirty pan. Alright, and all of this mess has got to be placed somewhere other than that room. There's stuff still in the hallway. This tote is full. I have to go through it because I just threw stuff in there. Let's see. Yeah. A lot of mess. The living room, however, is fine. You know, fluff some pillows and call it a day in here, you know? So the living room's fine. My husband's balloon is deflating. He still has one from his birthday, but I just need to tackle the dining room. I've got to figure out where to put my Cricut now. You know, I want it to be easily accessible, to be brought out here probably to be used, because this is where I'll have to do stuff. So yeah, I've got to figure some stuff out. Some of these things will probably be carried back to the room because I will be using them in the room makeover. And if you've, like I said, if you've already seen it, you will have seen them in there. If not, then it's coming after this. I don't really know. I still have a couple other videos upstairs I'm editing as well. But yeah, and I got to get this stuff done. And oh, look at this hideous looking picture of us when we got married. So old. Oh my goodness. That's very dated. Look at that puffy sleeve dress. Cheesy grin. Yeah, this was just like a snapshot somebody took. My husband took that picture one year and put it on that canvas thing, and we don't have any good pictures. We were young and dumb, and we were poor because we just were working, and you know, well, I wouldn't say we were poor. I won't say that. We just didn't have a lot of money, and so I didn't have an expensive wedding. I didn't have, you know, photographers and different things. There's certain things that I didn't have that I'm definitely like, my daughter's definitely going to have. I didn't get to have dancing at my wedding, and I would have loved to have had dancing. But that's a whole nother story. That's back in the day when, you know, people would tell you dancing's a sin and all that other stuff. It's crazy teaching stuff. So, yeah, I wasn't allowed to have that kind of stuff. But had I gotten married later in life and gotten to the place where I am now, then there would have been a lot that would have been done differently. But my daughter, there's certain things that I didn't get that I'm going to make sure she gets. And a photographer was one of them. I didn't get somebody who knew how to take pictures. I just had snapshots. So, hence that hideous looking picture. I got to figure out what to do with all this stuff. So, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go through some of these things and try to clean it up, because when I come home, I want it to at least be a little straight. Even if everything doesn't have an exact home and I might move it later, I just need to be somewhat straight. So I got to get started. All right, so maybe your house is in disarray from a project or whatever going on at your place too. So hopefully you'll get some information. No, not information. You'll get some inspiration while watching me clean. I need to get to it. I'm going to play some music, and hopefully you'll feel inspired to get your jobs tackled as well. figure out what to do with my crafts, because that room was also a slash craft room. So I have like lots of paints, paintbrushes, canvases, different things that I would pull for craft supplies. Fall and winter is when I like to do crafts, you know, when it gets cold or snowy outside, or if I'm home on a snow break, a snow day, then, yeah, that's when I like to do crafts. So, whoops, and I just dropped one of my easels. I have another easel somewhere. I'm not sure where. But, so I need to figure out how to organize these and what to do with them. I also still have some decorations, like extra decoration things that I wasn't using at the moment. So I need to decide if I'm going to use it or if I'm going to keep it or donate it or put it in a yard sale, whatever. I gotta figure out what to do with it. Alright, I have this little bin that I have back there, and I may be able to go through it and organize and fix craft supplies, but I also have like my level that I come to and things like that, so I just need to go through this bin as well. Old family pictures. I don't know if you can see with the glare. Old family pictures. And then a really old family picture that's back there. If you can see. When my babies were babies. I'm not babies no more. Out in the fall and put them in a bowl, but I don't know. I'm gonna put these on the table for now. It will look like I'm moving one to another, but I'm actually gonna get it accomplished.
All right, let me know if you're like me. Do you save tissue paper and like gift bags? If the tissue paper is not torn and messed up, I will save it. And I have a bin downstairs that I put it in with like my wrapping paper and things like that for Christmas and extra bags. So like if I go to baby showers, my niece's baby shower, I brought home, I don't know how many bags from her baby shower. And I kept them. And so when she had more kids, guess what? I had bags and tissue paper already on hand, and even had bags for family members who wanted a bag. So yeah, I save that stuff. Let me know in the comments below if you do. Now, I don't go as far as ironing my tissue paper. My sister-in-law says that her mother irons tissue paper. I don't do all that, but I will save it as long as it's not torn up. If it's got rips and tears, then I'll get rid of it. But yeah, let me know in the comments below if you do that.
All right, this bin is empty. Oh, no. Some sort of beans. That bin's empty. Let me go through this one. All right, so this one's like my nails, screwdrivers, things like that that I grab for, so I don't have to ask my husband for them. Sometimes I go downstairs and get them. These go in my bus bin. All right, this is sandpaper. A lot of this painting stuff could go downstairs with my painting. Big painting stuff, anyway. Black light. Magnets, glue sticks. This is craft stuff. That's a paint pour thing. Mod Podge. A comb when I was cleaning out a brush, and some brushes. Now you see my dilemma with what's going on, but I'm going to put this stain, I think, down here with these Mod Podge. I'm trying not to let this thing flip over because I don't want to bend over to put all this stuff in here. It'd be easier. Alright, so Mod Podge stains and all that are in the bottom. At one time I had this thing in my craft closet and it was labeled, so I'll have to take all the labels off. But right now I just have Mod Podge and stains and wood filler in there. And then I can kind of maybe revamp the rest of these. Alright, so now I got all these up here. I'll go through them. I'll show you a picture I painted. I painted this, I think last year. And I mean, it's not the greatest. It's just a playing around. And so I painted that, but it turned out a little bit more blue than what I wanted, and I'm not a blue person, but you know, with the sky and the water, and I didn't really know how to, I'm not good with like making it, if I could have made it more like a night sky, then that would have been better. But maybe I can work on something like this year and maybe try to tweak it and make it, but it was okay. So there's a better shot of it. I mean, up close you can really tell it's amateur. But far away, woohoo! So, but I did hang on to it. So, and yes, I did put it in that room, but I put it in a spot where it won't get messed up. So, it's good. And I have just a couple other canvases that I keep on hand in case I want to tinker. All right.
So I took some time here to actually go through all of my paints and craft paints, and I got rid of anything that was dried out and wasn't any good anymore. So that's what I'm doing here, just kind of organizing and going through it. I figured before I would put it in a new location, I would go ahead and go through it. Then I know what I need to get for fall or winter if I want to do any more paints, if things were already dried out and bad. So that's what I'm doing, just kind of sorting through them.
Alright, not ideal because I will have to pull them all out to tell what they are, but for now they're in this bin so I can figure out where to put them. So that's where paint is, and there's some paint pans or plates that I have. I'll lay this with this till I can find my other easel. I have another easel somewhere.
Okay, so all of my extra like decoration things that I kind of pull from randomly that I had stored in that closet in that room, I just ended up storing them in this tote, and I placed it downstairs, and I can go downstairs and pull from it when I need to. So for now, those things are in a tote. Okay, I know it looks like I'm moving things from one room to another, and I kind of am. I'm moving from the kitchen island to the dining room table, but the way I organize and do things, I kind of place things in piles and set things aside. If I didn't, I would be all over this house, taking one thing to one space, one thing to another, and I would wear myself out. So I just, I put things in a pile, and the things that I was unsure of, I kind of had on a pile at the table, and things where I knew where they were going, I was trying to place them. But yeah, that's kind of how I organize and get things where they need to be.
All of like things that I pull from for decoration, I put in this bin, and it has a lid so I can store it in the basement for now until I can find a place to put it and go down there and pull from it. All of my Cricut things are in here, along my Cricuts on the table over there. So this is craft stuff I can let my daughter go through. She may be able to take some of it upstairs in her room. This is a cutter, so we'll go with this. This is pretty organized with my hammer, and I keep this piece of slate so that if I'm using my hot glue gun on my table, I pull that out and it doesn't get on my table. That's cutters, which I'm gonna go with that. Paintbrushes, glue, craft things. That's the drawer I pull from for just random screwdrivers and things. And that's Mod Podge and stains and sandpaper, etc. So I need to start to take all of this stuff downstairs that needs to go downstairs. Like these things that need to go, the dirty clothes, this bin, I'm going to take it downstairs and place it. And by doing that, forgot I need to put this stuff in here. Stuff I pull from. Alright. Alright. Up and down those steps. I'm out of shape and out of breath. But my bin that I pull from, I just sat it over here because this is like my holiday bins and stuff, so I sat it there for now. All of this mess is going out for yard sale Saturday. So hopefully most of this will sell, and what doesn't sell, hopefully I can get rid of and not bring it back in here. This is what I need to go through. Put paint with paint things, and this I gotta put in my bin. So I just need to go through that and empty that out. Alright, paint things are put with paint. I need to move this paint stuff down here on the floor and put it back there with the paint stuff. Oh, there's always something. Alright, the bin is empty. So that cleans up this space. Alright, so these, I may take these, I meant to take those downstairs. That'll go in the bin. The bin's not empty anymore. Yeah. Now I have to just think of a place to put it all. So, once that happens, I'll let you in on that. Because I really don't know right now. I really don't know. I don't want to go junk up my closet upstairs. Because I just cleaned it. So, I'll find a place. We'll figure it out.
All right, so at this point I had worked all morning, and so it was time for some lunch. So I'm just gonna make me a chicken wrap. I had some chicken left over from the night before dinner, and so I just placed some lettuce, some spinach, chicken, cheese, and I think avocado and sour cream. Yeah, avocado. I was trying to think what I put on it, but so I'm just making just like a quick 2 little wraps, and I'm gonna eat some lunch before I continue and carry on.
there is lunch. Breakfast, lunch, brunch. I'm gonna go sit down, eat this, fill my water up again, drink my water, and take a little break. Let my mind think about where to put some of this stuff and then get back to it. All right, good morning. It's a new day and I am still tackling the mess that's in the kitchen and dining room. I have placed most of it away. I had to wait on a couple of the things for my husband to get home so that I could, know what to do with. So I let him go through those last night. We kind of, he let me know what we could keep or whatever. So I still have a few more things. Let me show you where I am. I still have my mop out because I've just been kind of back and forth between this project, cleaning up out here, and finishing the room, which I don't know if you will have seen that video before this one or after, but yeah, so the kitchen is I still have this out here. I organized it, but I still have it because I got to figure out a place for it. Obviously, the sink now has dishes in it again, so that's a never-ending chore. The table over here still has the Cricut and picture frames, but what I'm trying to do, let me show you in the living room. I have been working this morning kind of off camera, but I was able to organize at least this cabinet down here with all of our Bibles and some Bible study books, notebooks, a couple like regular reading books, and then like some regular inspirational type reading literature down here on this side. So it's pretty organized over here with everything. This over here that still has some stuff in it, and I got to figure out where to place it, but the basket has like some songbooks in it, things like that. That's my sewing basket for if I need to sew a button on or whatever. A couple extra charger things in there, which I could possibly move those to another. Probably move these. Well, I don't know. I like keeping these out here because they are the chargers for my lights on my hutch. So, but I'm considering putting the Cricut down here. That would give me at least a spot for it. And then I could pull from when I need it, because I would take it out here to the dining room. But I have the big Cricut plus all of this stuff. Then I gotta find some place to put the paints. This is the reason why this has taken me several days. Plus we've stopped. We played pickleball last night for, I don't know, how many hours did we play? 3 hours. For 3 hours, we played pickleball last night. So, yeah. So that took up the evening. By the time I came home, I was not doing anything. I took a shower and just crashed. So, yeah, today is the day, though, I have to get this kitchen and dining room put together. The room is coming along. I have like 1 or 2 more things I want to do in there, and then the room is finished. So, but like I said, I don't know if you will have already seen this before this video. If you haven't, it's coming. If you have, then you know what I'm talking about. And if you haven't seen it, and it was before this, go back and check it out. So, today I got to figure out what to do with this stuff, because I also have to go downstairs and I got to get some things organized for this yard sale if we're doing this on Saturday. So, there's a lot to get done today. Never enough hours in the day to do it, so I got to get busy. So I was able to get my Cricut in this cabinet here that's in the living room. Cricut and all the vinyl that I have. And then I just place the songbooks up there, my sewing basket, and then my basket for chargers. So I was able to get that in there. Let me put the iron and see if I can't get it in that cabinet as well. I keep my iron and this blanket because this blanket is what I use to iron on because I don't have an ironing board. And I don't want one because I'm not going to use it. I only use it for this type of stuff. I can just place that right there. Not an ideal location of where you would put an iron, but that's what I pretty much use my iron for, is this stuff. Not really anything else. So that's where it's going to go. Alright, so I got a little hungry. All I've done this morning so far is I got up and got my coffee. I did my devotions. I went out and watered flowers. And then I started working in those cabinets. So I have not ate. And I took my antibiotic for my ear. And I need to eat something. So I told my daughter, I've been telling her that she needed to try. My aunt used to make this for me when I was a kid. Some of you might be like, that's disgusting. But she used to make cream cheese and olive sandwiches on toast. And my daughter's never tried it. So I thought, perfect morning to try to make cream cheese and olive sandwich.
Okay, so basically all it consists of is you take a block of cream cheese and you cut up olives. You can mince them up. I should have minced mine up a little bit smaller, but you put just a splash of milk in it and you blend it all together and make it to where it's spreadable and put it on toast. It is absolutely yummy. That is if you like olives and cream cheese. If you like olives and cream cheese, you will probably like this.
So it's gonna like look like that. Just like consistency, thick enough to spread. And spread it on some toast. I like it. But I like cream cheese and I like olives. It's a yummy combination. I think so. It is an acquired taste though. I have a feeling she's going to say she doesn't like it. Even though she likes olives and cream cheese. Which is going to, like, why? I should have actually minced my olives a little bit more, but
Is one of those asked for you?
mm-hmm. You want to taste one? You're going to taste it?
1, 2, 3.
Oh my gosh, I haven't had it in so long. I think it's great.
That's interesting, alright. Oh, bad. I'm not a huge cream cheese person. Once it's in something. That's interesting. I would like more olives in it. There's not enough olives.
If you like olives and cream cheese,
That's pretty good.
try it on toast and see if you like it. Let me know.
In moments of doubt, when we fall down low, He lifts us with.
Alright, so the kitchen is getting back in shape. I still have to find a place to put this, but everything else on the bar is at least put away. This has to be cut down. This is trash, but I need it as a reminder as to what size to get for light bulbs. A piece of paper for my husband to look at. Dishes are done. Stove's wiped off. The kitchen's pretty much back in shape. Hallelujah. Car's over in the dining room. It's coming back in shape. I have to find a place to put my painting supplies and all of that stuff. My purse is here. I have some bills I have to pay, you know, all that fun stuff. Papers I have to do. I still need to find a place to put just the painting things, these pictures, some picture frames, and these extra towels. All right, so these towels, I didn't really know where I was going to put them, but I got to thinking, and this drawer only has like my candle melts, my wax melts, some brown bags, and then these are like some plug-in things. So I think I'm going to place these, since these are like my decorative towels that I pull from, I'm just going to put them right there. So as I begin to find places for these things, I'll let you know where I end up putting them, but at least I found a place for the towels. All right, so I came upstairs. I'm going to get ready and get presentable for church, but I thought I would show you. I did end up bringing the paint upstairs because I don't really have any other place to put it. So I put it in my closet, but let me show you where. So I put the easels and the canvas just there on the side. And then I just placed the basket right there. I don't know if I showed you guys this. I bought this actually after our vacation, but I had gotten my bonus while I was on my way to vacation. And we were in need of good luggage set. So this one is just one big, huge luggage. It is a Samsonite, and it's a hard one. So, but for $100, I got it at Ross for $100. I will go ahead now, and I'm gonna sell the other little suitcase that we had in the yard sale. If it sells. If not, I'll just donate it. But it wasn't even like a real suitcase. It was a case that came when my mom sold home interior. And like the home interior items were in it. That's what you packed when you would go from house to house to sell the... Let me know if you remember all that stuff. But it was in the kit. So, and that's what we used for traveling for years. And I've needed a nice suitcase. So I got my bonus, and I was like, utilize a little bit of it to get something that we can use next year on vacation. I just kind of slid it in the closet, and it's in there. So it's a big one. So my husband and I will have plenty of space. All right, so dinner's cooking. The kitchen was clean. I told you guys, like, this type of stuff, there's a reason for it. And then, of course, my purse is sitting here. I've got to get rid of these things. They're old, and I want to put this in with the Cricut because these are the extra shirts that I have. And there's some extra bins, and then I just have to figure out what to do with those old pictures. But other than that, these are my brother's. They go to my brother. Stuff goes upstairs. It's my son's. And this stuff goes downstairs. So, and like I said, I don't like this, but for the time being, right now, it should be fine. I mean, it'll work.
All right, friends, I'm about to wrap this up. I am going to give my floors a quick sweep and do a little vacuuming before we make dinner, and we're going to head off to church. But yeah, just going to finally finish up putting the house back in order. Still had a few things to put away, but it's definitely a lot better than what it was.
All right, so that's going to be dinner. Just mashed potatoes, meatloaf, and green beans. I'm going to go ahead and eat dinner, and then I'll clean up, which you've seen me clean my kitchen 1,000 times. There's no need for me to show you that again. I don't know what's in this video. I've just kind of been filming and just kind of putting stuff together, so who knows what this thing's going to look like. I don't know, but I want to give a shout out to, I believe her name was Marsha at, where did I put my phone? Let me find my phone. Find my phone because I want to get it right. Kansas Misfit, and I believe your name was Marsha. Sweet lady commented on one of my last videos, several videos back, and subscribed to my channel. Thank you so much. And said that she was going to give me a shout out on her channel and, you know, help me out. So I appreciate that. That means a lot to me because I'm just, I mean, if you've watched any of my very first videos, you know that I just kind of started this out as like a hobby, just learn how to edit, how to do all this stuff. And I've just been having fun sharing with you guys. So thank you so much, Marsha. I hope I'm getting your name right. At Kansas Misfit, go check out her channel. Let her know that I sent you there. And I checked out her channel after she commented to see who she was and what her channel was about. And she's got a lot of gardening stuff on there right now that I was able to see, which is cool because, you know, I did a little bit of gardening this year, kind of trying my hand at it. So, but yeah, go check out her channel. Thank you so much for, you know, shouting out for me over there on yours. And this is cool. You know, everybody just kind of help each other. So, but I'm going to go ahead and enjoy my dinner and then clean up, and then we'll be going off to Bible study tonight at church. Tonight's Thursday night. So, yeah, there'll be nothing else to really show. So, but thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe, comment down below, and Lord willing, friends, there'll be another one.